The Magic World Championship Tournament has pushed some card prices this week. Find out which ones on this episode of The Market Watch. This video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Right now you can pre-order Magic the Gathering Foundations or find a vast number of other great products on their website. Remember, shipping is free in the US if your order is over $100 or consists only of singles. Just look in the description or the comment section below for direct links to their site. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to another edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. So like I said in the cold open, the Magic World Championship Tournament results are impacting some card prices, but overall the market remains relatively calm this week. Some players may be waiting for the release of Magic Foundations before they decide to build a standard deck, which is quite common when you're on the cusp of a standard release. As always, our hot list is based on two pieces of criteria: the percentage increase in the value of the cards, but we also want to see a true increase in the number of sales from week to week as well. Quickly before we get into the list though, just one fast thing. I want to say thank you to one of our gold patrons, that is Marcos Ong. Marcos, thank you so much for all your support on Patreon. It truly means the world to me. I would not be able to do these videos without viewers like yourself. Thank you, Marcos. And now, without any further ado, let's get into it. Number 10 is Curse of Unbinding. It's up $1 to $3 for a 50% increase. This is from the Innistrad Midnight Hunt Undead Unleashed Commander deck. Traditionally, this saw a little commander play. Typically, it would appear in Lind Cheerful Tormentor builds, but now many players are grabbing Curse of Unbinding to upgrade the Duskmourn Miracle Worker commander deck, while others are putting it in fresh builds around the front-facing commander from there, Amanatu Veilpiercer. This extra demand has made Curse of Unbinding's price jump a little bit. Number 9, Tempt with Bunnies, up $1.07 to $3.08. That's a 53% increase. This is from the Bloomburrow Peace Offering commander deck. It does see commander play in fresh builds around the front-facing commander from its pre-con, Miss Bumbleflower, and Tempt with Bunnies also has appeared in commander decks around Balin the Haymaker from the main set. But now a Duskmourn card is pushing the price of Tempt with Bunnies. Many are adding it to their Arabella Abandoned Doll commander builds. Number 8 is Scurry of Squirrels. It goes up $1.30 to $4.03. That's a 48% increase. This one is from the Bloomburrow Squirreled Away commander deck, and it does see play in fresh builds around some cards from its pre-con, including the reprinted Shatterfang Squirrel General, the front-facing commander Hazel of the Root Bloom, and to a lesser degree the Odd Acorn Gang. Scurry of Squirrels is in a few other decks too, but this week it dried up a little bit online and the price moved up some. Number 7, Ember Wild Captain, up $1.42 to $3.84. That's a 59% increase. This has been in a few commander builds like Queen Marchesa for example, but Duskmourn is making the price of this card jump too. Many are getting this to upgrade the Endless Punishment deck, while others are putting in fresh builds around a couple cards from there: the front-facing commander Vel'Gavoth, Harrower of Souls, and to a lesser degree, the Lord of Pain. Number 6, Enduring Curiosity, up $1.56 to $5.96. That's a 35% increase. This Duskmourn card has been seeing play in multiple formats since it came out. In Pioneer, it appears in Azorius Flash, Azorius Lotus Field, and sometimes Dimir Aggro. Over in Modern, it's in Izzet Control. It's been seeing plenty of commander play too in many builds, old and new. Lots of players have been grabbing it to upgrade the Miracle Worker deck, while others have included it in new builds around Amanatu Veilpiercer and the Master of Keys from there. A couple other popular decks where you see Enduring Curiosity are based around cards from Duskmourn's main set. They are Nico Light of Hope and Marina Vendrell. However, Standard is the format driving this price spike the most. Last weekend was the Magic World Championship Tournament, and the formats played were Duskmourn Draft and Standard. In Standard, Enduring Curiosity is in Dimir Control and Dimir Midrange. Dimir Midrange happens to be one of the top decks in the format right now. In fact, 2 of those builds made it to the top 8 of the Magic World Championship Tournament. They finished in 7th and 8th place. The 7th place deck was running 1 copy of Enduring Curiosity, while the 8th place deck was running 4. Overall, the card looked good on stream over the course of the entire weekend, and copies began selling at a faster pace, leading to the price jump. Quickly before we get to our top 5, just one fast thing. I do want to remind you that this video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Right now you can pre-order Foundations products there. They also have a whole lot of other Magic products and other things too. Remember, if your order's over $100 or consists only of singles, Shipping will be free in the United States. And if you're looking for a direct link to their site, just check out the description or the comment section below. I do have links posted in both of those places. And now, without any further ado, let's get to the top 5. Hivis of the Scale comes in at number 5, up $1.80 to $4.42. That's a 69% increase. This reserveless card hasn't seen all that much play, but since Bloomburrow came out, it has appeared a tad bit in Commander. Some players have put this in builds around Gev's Scaled Scorch, since Hivis is a lizard. Remember, the Viashino creature type, which is what Hivis was designated as, was changed to lizard just a few months ago. Hivis of the Scale is a hard to find reserveless card, so that little bit of play may have been enough to move the needle on its price, or we may be seeing the start of a reserveless buyout. We'll have to keep an eye on the card over the next few weeks. Mjolnir Stormhammer goes up 5 spots this week to number 4. It's up 224 to 520. That is a 76% increase. This card got a big boost in Commander play recently thanks to a card from Duskmourn. It's showing up in builds around the Mind Skinner from there, but now a couple of the Marvel Secret Lair cards which were previewed recently are pushing Mjolnir Stormhammer too. Some Commander players want it for future builds around Captain America First Avenger, and to a lesser degree Wolverine Best There Is. Plus, some players have been saying that they were getting a copy of Mjolnir now because when Wizards does make a Thor card, the price is going to spike. All this new demand has put some pressure on Mjolnir Stormhammer's inventory. Remember, Assassin's Creed was not a very popular set, so it may be a card to keep an eye on. Next we have Ghost Vacuum. Last week this was up 5 spots to number 5. This week it climbs 2 more spots to number 3. It's up 238 to 777. That's a 44% increase. Here's another Duskmourn card that is seeing play in multiple formats. In Standard, Pioneer, Modern, and Legacy, I see players trying this in several different builds. Usually it's in the sideboard, but sometimes it is found in a main deck here or there. In fact, one deck in particular is based around this card, more on that in a second. Let's start though with Pioneer. There you find Ghost Vacuum and Azorius Flash, and sometimes Gwenna Acererak combo. Meanwhile in Modern, you see it in Jeskai Energy, and sometimes Hammer Time for example. In Legacy it's appearing in Dimir Reanimator, and sometimes you see it in Dimir Tempo, Painter, or Cephalid Breakfast. Plus Ghost Vacuum is getting Commander play in decks old and new. 2 of the most popular builds running it are both around other new cards from Duskmourn. They are Marina Vendrell and Arabella Abandoned Doll. But on top of all that, there are players getting Ghost Vacuum as an upgrade to the Endless Punishment deck, and some are putting it in fresh builds around Velgavoth Harrower of Souls from there. Standard, however, is the key driver for this spike. Last week, Saffron Olive featured a Ghost Vacuum Standard combo deck on MTG Goldfishes against the odds. Basically, the deck had several ramp as well as self-mill options, then eventually it wanted you to use Ghost Vacuum to exile cards like Enduring Courage, Overlord of the Boiler Bilges, and Omnivorous Flytrap. When they return as 1/1 flyers, the abilities enable you to do a lot of damage, and then the creatures can also attack in the air. Now it remains to be seen if this build will have any legs in the format, but people love these kind of combo decks and some are building it, while others are speculating on Ghost Vacuum because of it. Fast forward to this week, and there was more attention on the card because of the amount of play it was seeing in the Magic World Championship tournament. In fact, it was in the sideboard of 6 of the top 8 decks, including the first place Dimir Demons, second place Golgari Midrange, third place Golgari Ramp, fifth place Dimir Demons, seventh place Dimir Midrange, and the 8th place Dimir Midrange. Additionally, this card appears in other standard decks too, including Domain, Dimir Control, Mono Black Midrange, Orzhov Demons, 4-color Control, and sometimes Gruul Prowess. Sure, lots of packs of Duskmourn are being cracked, but the demand for Ghost Vacuum is still outpacing supply, even though it is a rare, not a mythic, hence the price increase. Coming in at number 2 is Archfiend of the Dross, up 368 to 522. That's a 239% increase if you're doing the math at home. This card is seeing play in more than one format as well. In Pioneer, it's in Rakdos, Golgari, and Dimir midrange, plus sometimes it appears in Mono Black midrange, Orzhov midrange, and Dimir combo. Over in Commander, this sees a little play. It's in John Irenicus Shattered One decks, for example, but again, Standard is the key driver for this price spike. Archfiend of the Dross is another card that was all over the Magic Championship top 8. The 5th place Dimir Demons deck ran 2 copies, but the 2nd place Golgari midrange as well as the 1st place Dimir Demons builds each ran 4 copies of this in the main. Additionally, the card is in Standard, Mono Black, and Orzhov Demons as well as Rakdos midrange. And finally, coming in at number 1 is Unholy Annex / Ritual Chamber. Last week, this was down a spot to number 7, but this week it bounces back up 6 spots to become number 1. It goes up 614 to 1114. That's a 123% increase. Here is another Duskmourn rare showing up in many different builds in multiple formats, which is why it's moving up even though lots of packs of the new set are being cracked. In Pioneer, the most popular deck running this is a mono black mid-range Demons build, but it's also in Rakdos, Golgari, Orzhov, and Dimir mid-range. Over in Commander, this card has seen a ton of play in lots of builds, old and new. Many players are getting it to upgrade both the Endless Punishment and Miracle Worker Commander decks, while others are using it in fresh builds around cards from those decks. Those are Valgavoth, Harrower of Souls from Endless Punishment, as well as Aminatu, Veil Piercer, and the Master of Keys from Miracle Worker. Unholy Annex / Ritual Chamber is also in the very popular Marina Vendrell decks as well. But you guessed it, standard in the Magic Championship Tournament are key drivers for this price spike too. This was in 3 of the top 8 decks at the championship. The second place Golgari midrange deck had 3 copies, and the 5th as well as the first place Dimir Demons deck had 4 copies each. This card is also found in other standard demon builds like Mono Black, Orzhov, and Rakdos. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch and our top 10 hot cards of the week, but there's more to the story. Tomorrow, we're going to come back and we're going to look at the top 10 cold cards. There's some good cards moving down in price. You don't want to miss that one. And until next time, hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon and have a great day.